So good day everyone. So I'm Isa Borromeo and I'm going to continue reporting in the chapter 4, Interconnecting the Three Approaches. So why is there an interconnection or there is an integration of the three approaches? Because it helps to address the productivity and the quality of teaching. So what are the three approaches rather? So first we have the multidisciplinary approach. So when we talk about multidisciplinary approach, it is a powerful method of teaching that crosses the boundaries of disciplines or curriculum in order to enhance the scope and the depth of learning. While interdisciplinary approach, it presents the content, the skills, and the thinking process and assessment through exploring connections among the disciplines. While in the transdisciplinary integration, so it dissolves the boundaries between the conventional disciplines and organizes teaching and learning around the construction of meaning in the context, especially in the real-world situation. So why are these three approaches important? First is that it offers an excellent fit for standards through a backward design process as teachers integrate standards-based planning with effective teaching and learning practices. So when we talk about backward design, it is a process in which educators use to design the learning experiences and instructional techniques to achieve specific learning goals. In some cases, teachers work together in order to create a backward designs in regards to their units and courses, offer different maps to begin the design process. So when we talk about design process, it consists of determining the needs of the learners to define the end goals and objectives of instruction, designing and planning assessment tasks, and designing teaching and learning activities in order to ensure the quality of instruction. So comparing and contrasting the three approaches to integration. First aspect is the organizing center. So multidisciplinary states that it is the standards of the disciplines organized around a theme. So meaning an integration of the disciplines approach commonly uses a theme and topics to describe an area of study. So meaning there is a subjects or courses are considered to be subordinate to the theme. So when we talk about theme or thematic, so same topic is used to develop the teaching plan for each or different subjects. Then interdisciplinary states that interdisciplinary skills and concepts embedded in disciplinary standards. So it involves the combination of two or more academic disciplines into one activity. For example, is research project. So in the transdisciplinary, so they talk about the organizing center is more on the real life context in which students can carry out activities and solve problems on their own, in which they can able to reflect the nature of such problems because they already experience the phenomena. While student questions is that it is the act of student questions created by the students to help demonstrate their understanding of the material being projected. Next is the conceptualization of knowledge. So first, knowledge best learned through the structure of the discipline. So what are the structure of discipline? So these are the building blocks for organization curriculum in which they would able to engage their students into activities and experiences around the core of ideas. A right answer, then one truth. Interdisciplinary conceptualization of knowledge is that disciplines connected by common concepts and skills. So meaning they must know which concepts and skills are central to discipline. Next is that knowledge considered to be socially constructed. So for example, we see people with different skin colors and we come up to an idea that people have different race. So what we take to be or what we perceive to be true and objectives is the result of our social processes. The next is many right answers. Under transdisciplinary, it states that all knowledge interconnected and interdependent. So when we talk about interconnected, so meaning there is a connection of knowledge based on the past and based on our prior knowledge. So next is assessment. Talk about interdependent is it explains that knowledge can be developed, so from basic up to the higher order thinking. So many right answers And knowledge considered to be intermediate and ambiguous. So when we talk about ambiguous, it means that knowledge have different definitions and they have different interpretations based on the three approaches given. So third is the rule of discipline. So procedures of discipline considered most important. So why is it important? In order to have a clear guidelines and easy to understand the disciplinary policy and to determine or minimize the risk of inaction for unlawful considerations. Then distinct skills and concepts of disciplines are taught. Then interdisciplinary skills and concepts are being stressed. So they give emphasis on the skills and concepts under interdisciplinary. So disciplines identified if desired, but real life context emphasized. So meaning disciplinary action is, of course, it is necessary, but students should give truthful considerations and of their own learning and real life experiences. So the role of teacher. So teachers serve as the facilitator. So when we talk about facilitator, our teachers are there to offer support and advice when needed and they provide necessary scaffolding and teaching of skills when necessary. So our teacher also serve as specialists. When we talk about specialists, they serve as both teachers and advocates, ensuring that their students can access the curriculum and get the most education, get the best education. Then facilitator or specialists and generalists. So in transdisciplinary, the role of the teacher serve as the co-planner. So when we talk about co-planner, so they find ways to remove the boundaries to effective teaching practices while keeping the coursework intact. And the role of teachers also is co-learner. So meaning educator must be able to learn and understand the way their students understand and analyze. So it helps in active learning, especially in assessing problem-based learning, and more generally a thoughtful understanding of what the best teachers actually do in the classroom. So starting place of disciplinary standards and procedures. So there is an implementations of disciplines and ways or procedures on how to guide their learners to properly address the curriculum. Then interdisciplinary bridge and know, do, and be. So what does know, do, and be? So know meaning what is most important for students to know, while do what is most important students to be able to do, and be is that what kind of person our students wants to be in the near future. So students questions and concerns. So the goal of student questions and concerns is to analyze what each discipline has to offer and then go beyond that, what curriculum can offer to the learning of the students. Then in the real world context, so it is more given emphasis on what is really happening based on their own interpretation. So the degree of integration. So for multidisciplinary integration or approach, it is moderate. So when we talk about moderate, so it focuses mainly on the disciplines. Teachers organize standards from disciplines around a theme, and it offers teacher a simpler, more efficient way to base instructions on standards in meaningful ways. While in medium and intense, so medium, there is an organization of curriculum around common learning across the disciplines. So it relates the whole disciplines to parts, so several disciplines into one problem. Then the paradigm shift. So when we talk about the paradigm shift, that it is of course when teachers organize the curriculum around the student questions or concerns. So it starts with problems, and then through problem solving they uses the disciplines that can contribute to solutions.